So, hello fellow coin collectors, this is Glenn, and today I just have some pennies and shilling coins. These are actually all quite common. These 1 shilling coins I've not done a video on. These ones actually have been cleaned. So, if we have a look at the actual coin, focus. So, you can see that there is, so as a coin ages, it should actually get a lot dirtier than an actual new coin. So this one is 50% silver. I don't have any silver coins on the table, but if we have a look at a circulating South Vietnamese coin. So as you can see, this one is a 1 dong. It's been circulated. It does probably extremely fine because there's a lot of high detail, but as you can see, there is a color change. So that's actually in the metal and also on the metal, because copper does react. It is not a stable element in its own right. So here we have a 1960. So these 1961 dongs are actually very hard to get in uncirculated grade. So as you can see, there is a lot of color change. So a coin that is from the 1950s, that's been well circulated, should pretty much be in this type of condition. And when they actually clean the coin, you can see it's actually quite silver. So it's very shiny. So silver in this form is actually like a whitish color. It's actually not a silver color as we have with the copper nickel coins. So this is the color silver. This is pretty much white. And as you can see, you can't see a lot of the detail on the high points. So if I get Elizabeth II coin, it should be able to. So these ones don't actually have much detail, so you can tell that this one's been circulated because the actual reef has been pretty much worn off. And this is probably in a very fine to fine grade. And as you can see, it has a lot of scratches, a lot of dings. This should actually be smooth, but obviously it is not. So let's see if I can, you can see it's actually not smooth. The reading, so the reading on both coins has been quite worn down. On the 1953 is worn down more. And as you can see, the high detail of the actual sheep. So this should actually have wool type detail, but it's been worn so much that you can't actually see it. Now you can see a bit here and a bit there. And when a coin has a lot of these worn details, but it is actually looks like it's brand spanking new, just released from the mint, that's when you know it's actually been cleaned. And also if you go like that, it doesn't have a what do they call it? Like a wheel type of reflection. Oh, I can't remember what they actually call it now. You know, like on those old carriages. So you should have a rainbow type of effect reflecting back. And also it shouldn't all be reflecting at once. Different parts of the coin should reflect at different angles. KG, Kruger Grey, that's not King George, okay? And as you can see, this is actually quite cleaned. And this one I got for bullion value, so pretty much these are only worth bullion value. And any errors you can actually find. So let's have a look for errors. Any errors? So what you're looking for are die cracks, any problems with the lettering. Can't remember what errors are actually on this year, 1953, but I don't see any problem with that actual coin. So let's go on to the next one, the one we had before. Any errors on this coin? No. Oh, that might be an error there. So we're talking about up here, looks like it might be actually a die crack there. So at the point there. So yeah, that looks like a die crack. Not that thick, but still a die crack nonetheless. So I'll have to look into that a bit more. So it's a 1952, last year of King George VI. And any other ones, because these are quite circulated, they're actually a... So then we have a 1954, and as you can see it's quite well circulated as well, also been cleaned. Can you see any problems with any die cracks? No. Looks like it might have a faint die crack up here, but it's not really, could also be damage as well. Also up there, so I need to get some finer magnifier and actually check that. So is there anything else? Looks like doubling there, but I doubt it very much doubling. So you need to turn it around just to get another perspective, because you got reflection from the light. And I don't see anything with that coin. Yeah, also look for doubling on the actual, on any of the highlights as well. Die cracks, dots, doublings. So no, these are well circulated, so they're actually a bit harder to actually find any errors. This one seems to be in better shape. You can see how it's been worn there, and you can see the detail in the actual design. So this one's a better coin to actually find errors on. Any doubling? No, I don't see that. Nope. Just remember, because the light's on an angle, that can actually make it look like it is doubling, which it is not. This one's a bit faint, but that also could be just from circulation, so that might not actually be an error. So I need to look that up and see if that's actually the case, or if it's a grease fill. So I don't find anything on those. Then I have some pennies. So I have 1927, 33, 34, and these have a mintage of 5 million each, roughly around. So they're actually quite a common for penny. Now people keep on going on about 1972 5-cent coin, which had 8 million. Well, if these coins are pretty cheap with only 5 million mintage, imagine how much the 5-cent coin 1972 is going to be worth in, I don't know, 20, 30 years time with a mintage of 8 million. It's going to be a common coin. $5 is probably the maximum you're going to get from a circulated coin. Uncirculated is different. Uncirculated pennies are actually quite expensive. So 1972 uncirculated coin will also be a bit expensive. So, how much would you pay for these coins? Probably $2 to $3 in a very fine. And yeah, this is probably fine, very fine. So what I actually do is I actually just look for any type of errors. So these ones actually are pretty common: die cracks, dots. So you can get dots anywhere. You can also get ends over the place. So you need to look on all the effigy. And the actual Rennick's book about the errors is actually quite a good book to get. So, and also look at the O, because sometimes it has a weak strike. Also the dates. So 1924 had a die fill in the 4, so if you get a 1934 with a die fill in the 4, it's actually quite scarce. So that's actually a good area to find. Die cracks you'll probably find a lot on top of the lettering. That's generally where they actually occur, but they do actually go from the outside into the inside. And look for any ends. So there's nothing on that coin. So another 1934. So anything there, and also doubling as well. So a lot of the errors are actually quite scarce, not really that common. Anything on that one? So I don't spend too much time on it. If people can't really see it, then they're not really interested in it. So here you go. Looks like a flame floor. So this is before the coin was stamped, there was something wrong with the actual metal of the actual coin. So you can see it's there, and it goes across there, and you know that it's there before the actual coin was stamped because it goes under the four, under the beads, and it's under the Y. So that's the flame floor, not very rare, pretty common. And then you got this up here. This goes into the E, so that could be either before or after. So this one looks like it has quite a few problems with it. Also the dot is actually been damaged a bit, so I'm not too sure about that. And on this side, yeah, we've got some damage here, so that's damage. Got damage on the rims, so really, and there's a lot of gunk. So this one hasn't been cleaned because you can look at the toning on the actual coin. You've got the patina actually developing, so the copper oxide, which in the long term actually does protect the coin, the interior. And if it's actually shiny and it's in this grade, so you've got lots of scratches, then it's actually been a clean coin. And then it's only worth collecting depending on its grade and if it's an error. Although the values you won't actually get as high as an uncleaned coin. So nothing on that. Oh, look at this one. It's just the same. Looks like a dye fill, but you have to remember that can actually get filled with junk in it because it's actually small. So nothing on that one. Also, when you rotate it, do north-south. Rotate it like that, and then you can see if it's actually a rotated coin. And then you can go on from there. So I don't see anything on that coin. Then we have 1927. 5 million minted, so quite common. The collector's market for pre-decimals is lower than the decimal coins, so really the only coins that get a pretty low mint and actually high grade coins, so nothing on that. Okay, that one's probably fine condition. Okay, this one, nope, nothing on that. And also, yeah, fine condition. Oops. Any errors? No, don't see anything on that. Which is a pity actually, because finding errors is pretty good. It's how you maximise your profit. And as you can see, this should actually be rounded. You can't actually see. It's been flattened. This has also been flattened, also joining the actual crown, so it's quite worn. You can't see the diamond there, you can't see the bead there. So, probably fine condition. Next coin. As you can see, just go around, check for errors. There should be no dots on top or bottom of the reef, not for this year anyway. So look for that anyway, because you never know. If you never know. Never look, never know. So that's probably the highest grade I've got for that. And then we have the 33 should I say. And what this one you need to look for is the over date. So the 2, so should we have a little bit extension. Never got a 1932-33 over date. Then you just look at the rest of the coin. No, looks pretty normal. So that's okay. Then we've got the next one. Look at the date first, because that's the most obvious error you're going to find. Then we look at the rest of the coin. No. Oh, this one's in better condition, very fine. It's good. This one, so look at the date. No, don't see any problem. Looks like that's post-mint damage there, so damage to the actual lettering. Probably fine condition. Then we have the next coin. Got the date. But you need to focus as well. Let's go back. No, nothing wrong with the date. How about the actual coin itself? No, oops, dropped it. Emergency. And nothing. Oh, then we got the last one. So the date. No, so no over date actually. Then we have no, that's it. And the last coin I got is a quite common coin. So this one is 1964 perf mint, so about 50 million minted, and it's just looking at 9 for doubling. No. So this coin is actually quite common. In this grade, it's only worth about probably $1 if you're lucky. This is the most common coin. You can actually get these in uncirculated. As you can see, you've still got mint luster. So mint luster just means it's, you can see the actual basic metal, so the bronze of the actual coin, instead of it actually oxidizing and forming a patina. But this will eventually do the same as well, because you've got the atmosphere around it. All the molecules are hitting the atmosphere, oxygen as well, and it's slowly reacting with the metal, because copper is not stable. Neither is nickel and tin, but most of this coin is actually copper. So as you can see, this probably saw pretty little circulation. Nice large bronze coin, beautiful. Then you got the Melbourne with 10 million minted, roughly. So there's no errors. Because 50 million, there's going to be a lot of errors on these coins. I'd say one of the obvious ones is the lack of detail here. It's probably a dye fill, because of the lack of wear on most of the coin. It's probably a mint error. They're probably not very rare. You also get a lot of flame flaws on these coins. Anyway, this video's gone on way too long. Thank you very much for watching. If you've made it this far, I'll leave a link down below to eBay, and I'll probably give away these pennies because they're not really worth selling myself. And I'll do that in a future video. Thank you very much, and bye bye.